9 News Mornings at 5 a.m. starts right now.
We start the 5 o'clock hour with breaking news this morning of a crash in the metro area. Thanks for joining us. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Jordan Chavez. This happened at 6th Avenue in Osage, a very busy stretch of a highway. Not so much at 5 a.m., but it can get there earlier this morning. We know that 2 vehicles were involved and 2 people were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. That crash has closed 6th Avenue at Osage, so we want to send things over to our Erica Lopez for the latest traffic impact. Erica, we know that, of course, this is a part where we're going to see the commute build up later this morning.
Absolutely, and of course, 6th Avenue is a main thoroughfare, so eastbound side is open, but like you just heard from Jordan and Corey, they pretty much summed everything up. Westbound 6th Avenue closed at Osage Street. Denver police posted on X about 2 hours ago with all of the details that you just heard. 2 vehicles involved. People were taken to the hospital. We do not know the extent of their injuries at this time, but we do know police said they were serious. As far as their current conditions at the hospital, we do not know. We have a crew headed out that way at this time. We're hoping to get eyes on the crash scene. We had a few of our co-workers come in this morning. They passed the scene and said that it was pretty expansive earlier this morning, about an hour ago. So we're hoping to get eyes on things. We haven't gotten any updates from Denver police since that first post 2 hours ago around 3 o'clock this morning. But again, we're hoping to get a little bit more information. While those westbound lanes are closed, certainly a headache for any drivers getting ready to travel from Denver into Lakewood this morning. Additionally, not too far away, northbound I-25, the ramp to eastbound 6th Avenue is closed. We were dealing with this yesterday as well. That is expected to reopen by 6 this morning. So I want to show you what that's looking like from our CDOT camera so we can see we've got some cones out here along I-25 and 6th Avenue, kind of in the middle of the highway this hour. So this is just past where we're dealing with the crash, a little bit further west this morning. Yesterday, we did see things clear and reopen a little bit earlier than expected, but we'll be keeping a close eye on this morning. We'll send things over to Chris now for a check of the forecast.
All right, thanks for keeping us posted on that, Erica. Right now here in Akron, things looking pretty quiet for us out on the Eastern Plains. These cameras, courtesy of our new partnership with Viera Wireless, and that a great view there from Akron. Here in Denver, a few clouds overhead and a little bit of wildfire smoke as well. We're in the mid-60s as we wake up on this Friday morning. That feels good to say, on this Friday morning, August the 15th. 95 for us today, more clouds and sun. We'll have some dry storms around between 2 and 7 p.m. That means we'll get more wind and lightning than anything else, but a few raindrops possible in the metro area as well. 90s, 100s, Eastern Plains, 70s and 80s in the high country. And those overall headlines still hot for today, but will cool down a bit with a better chance for storms tomorrow. I'll detail that for you in my full forecast.
All right, thank you, Chris. Firefighters are getting a better handle on the largest fire burning in Colorado right now. As of this morning, the Lee fire burning near Meeker is now 10% contained. The Lee fire has burned more than 133,000 acres or more than 207 square miles. Despite another day of hot and dry weather, firefighters were able to stop the flames from spreading south into Garfield County. The Croshow fire north of Croshow Lake is still believed to be around 2,200 acres. Firefighters have still not been able to get any containment on this one. New evacuations were ordered yesterday afternoon for that fire en route in Rio Blanco counties. The governor declared a statewide disaster to free up funding and resources to fight all the fires.
Right now, CSP is looking for more information on a fatal crash from earlier this week. It happened on I-25 near Ridgegate Parkway in Lone Tree last Saturday. Officials say a Toyota RAV4 hit a motorcycle, throwing the rider into the roadway where other vehicles hit them. The rider died at the scene. Those other drivers stayed on scene and they're working with investigators, but CSP is looking for more information into what happened. Anyone with information is asked to call Colorado State Patrol. Their number is 303-239-4501.
July was the deadliest month so far this year for impaired driving in Colorado. This is according to CDOT. The agency says that 26 people were killed last month in crashes involving suspected drunk drivers. And so far this year, that overall number sits at 124. With Labor Day weekend ahead, CSP plans to step up DUI enforcement starting tomorrow through September 3rd. And that means more patrols and sobriety checkpoints. Officials say the safest bet is to plan ahead and get a sober ride home. New this morning, Denver police issued a Medina alert following a hit-and-run crash that put a motorcyclist in the hospital. This was first reported on social media just after 10:30 last night. Police say that a 2007 gold Toyota Camry hit a motorcycle off of 28th and Broadway, leaving the motorcyclist with serious injuries. We don't know if their condition has changed as of this morning. Here's a picture of what that car model looks like, though. CBI says the car has front end damage and has a license plate number of DKS U29. DPD is asking anyone with information to call 911.
Today, the man convicted of a fatal hit and run in Commerce City last year is set to be in court for his sentencing. Last August, police say Eric Hernandez Escobar slammed into the teen's family car near East 58th Avenue and Hawley Street. 18-year-old Emiliano Malpica Medina died while his parents and another teen were seriously hurt. Investigators say Hernandez Escobar and his passengers climbed out of their damaged vehicle, then jumped into another car and fled the scene. Police arrested Hernandez Escobar days after the crash. Escobar is set to be sentenced at 1:30 today.
Also today at 1:30, the man convicted of shooting two teenagers who tried to steal his car is set to be sentenced. Officials say that 29-year-old Oris Schur shot and killed 14-year-old Xavier Daniel Kirk and injured a 13-year-old boy in Aurora 2 years ago. Investigators say that Schur confronted the teens trying to break into his car. They drove off in a different stolen car, and police say that Schur went after them, firing shots hitting them in the back. A jury found him guilty of second-degree murder and attempted murder.
After months of controversy, the Salvation Army announced it has decided it would no longer manage 3 city shelters next year, except the city says the Salvation Army actually had the decision made for them when the city chose not to go with them as a provider.
There are 3 shelters that are currently running that were in the RFP process, which is a fancy way of saying you're applying for the job of running the shelters. They bid on 2 of the 3. Ultimately, they were not selected to move forward.
For me, it's actually not a surprise that the Salvation Army is maybe not moving forward because we now have metrics in place to hold you accountable to the outcomes versus just being able to collect money and have bad outcomes in poor environments.
Councilwoman Chantel Lewis has been a vocal critic of the Salvation Army following shootings at the former DoubleTree location and after an employee at the shelter was accused of sexual assault. The mayor's office isn't yet saying which operator will run the shelters next year.
A watchdog report says that Veterans Affairs hospitals in Colorado and across the U.S. are seeing more severe staffing shortages this year. The Trump administration is moving ahead with plans to eliminate 30,000 jobs by the end of September. This week, the VA's Office of Inspector General released a report surveying 139 medical centers across the U.S. According to the report, all 139 reported staffing issues for both medical and non-medical staff. Staff shortages are not new for the VA, but according to the report, the latest results show a 50% increase in severe shortages compared to last year. Also, according to this report, the VA Medical Center in Aurora reported severe staff shortages among 45 occupations, including doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, police, and records technicians. The hospital in Grand Junction says that they face severe shortages across 22 different roles. The Trump administration called the report unreliable and subjective, and a spokesperson for the VA said that the agency has a 14% vacancy rate for doctors and a 10% vacancy rate for nurses, in line with the VA's historical averages.
Now we want to take a live look in Alaska, where today President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to have a high-stakes meeting to talk about the war in Ukraine. This will be the first time the two will meet in person in 6 years. Putin said Thursday he believes Trump is making energetic and sincere efforts towards peace and hinted nuclear arms control could also be on the table. The summit begins with one-on-one talks this morning, followed by a joint news conference. Ukraine's President Zelensky will not attend today's summit. He is calling Putin's peace claims a bluff.